Joe Nugent, WWT.
Luke, I know everybody in the Big Ten's kind of dealing with it with the long off season and all, long time between wins. It was almost a year for the Huskers. So I'm wondering, did it almost feel like the first win when you talk about it from an emotional standpoint? Saturday night and all that. Just sort of soaking in that entire experience.
Oh, the whole experience is great. Anytime you win and can learn from a victory is such a different feeling. It's such a different vibe, and so to be able to do that is something that we're thankful for, and we'll pursue that feeling every week.
Jake Bartek here, and you.
Hey Luke, if there was one thing you think you would like to see yourself do better this coming week than you did on Saturday, do you know what that one thing would be?
Yeah, there's always an ability to just kind of make things a little cleaner from the quarterback standpoint, to just run a little more efficiently, and so that's one. We had some guys go down, some guys switching positions mid-game, but to be able to just crisp it up a little bit more and to get a better pre-snap or key zone read.
Sam McEwen?
Look, when did the light go on for you as a quarterback at Nebraska? When did you feel like this makes sense, it clicks? And what is that little detail that you're still, as it relates to reading defenses or getting used to the speed of the college game, that you're still adjusting to?
Yeah, those two questions kind of go hand in hand. I think it's more so a process, if that makes sense. You're never where you want to be, and you're always a little bit better than you were, and so we're striving every day, every single one of us, to get better every single day, and we always know that we can get better. And so there were good plays, and there were some mistakes, and so throughout all that, it's just being able to learn and get better from all of that.
When was the moment when the light sort of went on for you, though? Like when you felt like I could run this offense if they asked me to do it, and I could go out there and do a good job. Was that this year? Was it last year? When was it?
As a player and as a confident player, you're always a little cocky, probably a little too much so. And so I don't know if I ever doubted that, even if looking back, probably wasn't as ready last year as I was this year. You always have the confidence and the belief that you can go out there and do well.
Thank you.
Steve Sipple?
Hi, Luke. You were roommates with Ty Robinson. Did you notice in Ty any character traits that would lead you to believe he would be able to step in to a major role on a defensive line on a Big Ten team as a redshirt freshman?
Oh, he's got all the traits that you look for in a player: the tenacity, the excitement, the energy. And so the biggest thing that Ty does well, in my opinion, just watching him on and off the field, is he has that switch where when you're off the field, you can be relaxed, be goofy, you can be quiet and do whatever you like and enjoy it. And the minute you step on the field, you have that tenacity, you have that drive, and you have that effort.
Is he a quiet guy off the field or not quiet?
Once you get to know him, not too quiet. He's a goofy guy.
All right, thank you, Luke.
Of course.
Two or three more quick ones for Luke. Gabriel?
Hey, Luke, anybody that we ask about you, one of the first things that they mention is energy. Where does that come from? Like, have you always been wired like that? Where do you think it comes from?
I don't know how many people have ever heard or met my mom, but she probably drives the boat when it comes to energy. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody with the amount of passion and energy that she shows.
Kelsey Casper, KLPN.
Hey Luke, just speaking about that energy, could you describe what the atmosphere was like just even after the game and this morning in the locker room? And Colin Miller mentioned that this win is going to get the ball rolling for you guys. How is this going to, continue that momentum even into Saturday's game against Illinois?
Just getting a win and being able to learn from that just creates so much more positivity as a group. And so now we need to take that energy and utilize it in a proper way, utilize it in an effective and efficient way throughout practice this week. And hopefully it can carry us to the same feeling next week.
Mitch Sherman?
Hey, Luke, what kind of sense of accomplishment or pride, extra sense of pride do you get from the fact that it was a ton of young guys out there on Saturday? I mean, you largely did that without Jack Stoll, Dedrick Mills, without Bo Wilson. You went out and did that against Penn State.
Yeah, I don't know if pride necessarily is the right word, but the excitement, the enthusiasm that some young guys can bring. And if we look at the game as well, Wandell's still a young guy, and he's a player who maybe doesn't show as much because of the way we utilized him last year, but he hasn't really been preparing to play running back and some other things this week or last week. And when Dedrick got a little banged up, he stepped up in a huge way. And so that's probably one of the major things last week that was the reason we won. And so even a young guy like Wandell, who seems like an older guy because of how many reps he's had, is stepping up. It's an enthusiastic feeling, if that's a real word.
One last quick one, Eric Olson.
Yeah, Luke, a couple things. Did you hear from your brother? Did he give you a review, Christian? Did he give you a review on your work in your first start? And also, how hard was it, if at all, was it for you to wait to get your first start?
I think patience is a very, very valuable skill in anybody, especially an athlete. And so I don't know if it was hard to wait for that, but when it comes to evaluation, I consider myself my hardest critic, and moving forward, there's things that need to be cleaned up and there's things that need to be continued, and so that efficiency will continue to grow week by week.
Did you hear from your brother at all?
Yeah, I did. He was preparing for the day after. I know he wasn't playing, but the Panthers were playing the Buccaneers. But he's a cheerleader a little bit to me. He's too kind at some points, and so just to have that support's a blessing.
Okay, thank you, Luke. We'll have Coach here in a couple minutes.
Awesome. Thank you. Oh, no worries.